this is Creativa Artley, and I am doing a bonus My Thoughts episode because I just finished WandaVision. And oh boy, that show. My goodness, that show. And one other thing that we'll get to in a few minutes because it has to do with the after effects and ripples of the final episode, and Paul Bettany being a heckin' troll. Yeah, but first things first, I loved this show so much. Like, I'm a huge X-Men nerd, so I've always had, like, a love for characters like Wanda, and like her brother, Pietro, and Vision, and, well, to a lesser degree, Vision, and then I loved this show. It's so good. Some of the things are kinda obvious, let's just say. Like, it's obvious that they were gonna bring up the Scarlet Witch thing eventually, because that is Wanda's whole deal. Is she is super uber magical, super duper powerful. She is the Scarlet Witch. So we knew that was gonna have to come eventually. Pietro, great. Love Evan Peters. Like, just great. I squealed when he showed up, because like I said, Wanda and Pietro have always been my favorites. And then Agnes. That name was a dead giveaway that she was Agatha Harkness. Because it's just the two words put together. It's kind of obvious. Like how they kept her tied to the Salem witch trials, because that is integral to her character. Hate how they got rid of her cat, though. Because her cat is heckin' badass. Like, that cat turns into a full-blown demon puma at one point to chase people out her house. But nah, cat got replaced with a rabbit. And then they did nothing with the rabbit. Like, cause like, the rabbit's name, Senor Scratchy, clearly a reference to Mr. Scratch, who is her son? I think it is in the comics. Also, I thought with the Necronomicon sort of dark magic book, they were gonna set up Mephisto, because, like, she's always been tied to Mephisto in pretty much everything, so a little bit of disappointment there. I do like how they tied the kids and Vision into Wanda's magic, though. Made for a lot higher stakes when they all started dying and disappearing, because they were part of the magic of the Hex. Like, that part made me heckin' cry in the finale. Also, Monica's powers. Love them. Love Photon. She is amazing. Can't wait for that name drop in Captain Marvel 2. If she doesn't directly take on the name Captain Marvel. But I don't think she will. I think she'll take on the name Photon because, yeah. Because it just suits her powers and, like, her mom and all that better. But, yeah. So that was great. And then just every battle and fight scene and just everything, like, the effects were stellar. The Dottie Jones was a misdirect. She did not end up being Arcana Jones. Super Carlin Brothers, you slippin'. Anyways, I wish they had had the third witch. That would have been interesting. But maybe in the future, who knows? So I hope they do the whole Franklin Richards as the most powerful Fantastic Four at some point. Because they hinted at it with this, like, with all this sword and shield stuff. Also, Darcy was great. Love me some Darcy. She is fantastic. Why don't we get more of her? Like, she's not appreciated enough. Like, at all. And, like, there were times where the show got a little, Debbie Dooley, how you doing? At times. But I get that's the whole nosy neighbor stereotype. It's still kind of, Also, Pietro being Ralph. The frick? The frick? Unless that was like a misdirect cliffhanger in the final episode and Ralph is not Pietro. And Pietro is indeed Peter. And it's a classic Marvel misdirect. And I hope it's a Marvel misdirect, because that was a little bit of a letdown, not gonna lie. Although, now to the Paul Bettany being an absolute troll. The cameo was him as White Vision. What the frick? Like, with how many times, like, Sorcerer Supreme was name dropped, I was a little like, where's the cameo? Where's the cameo? Where's Doctor Strange? And I'm not the only one in that boat. But White Vision is also cool. I mean, dang. Like, dang. Paul Bettany trolled us all so hard. The cameo Olsen talked about was definitely Evan Peters. But, dang. Like, Paul Bettany gives Rick Astley a run for his money. Like, dang. Yeah. Like, there's so much more they could have done with this show. I wish they'd gone more into maybe the bunny is her son, or maybe Ralph is Mephisto. But that's just the smallest little gripes, because I am a little bit of a comic nerd. I will say this, like, although I don't hate the idea of Wanda being married to Vision, it's never been my favorite character pair-off for her, like, as far as couples go. Because, I'ma say it, I grew up on the X-Men cartoons. I have been diehard Kurt, so Nightcrawler, and Wanda since day one, because their chemistry is just adorable. I will talk more about my favorite X-Men ships later down the line, because I also think Rogue and Gambit's pretty heckin' cute. But yeah, and no, it's not both, because they're both Southerners. It's because there is actual basis for it in the comics. And I do hope they do go into the X-Men stuff in MCU proper down the line, because I love those characters. I'd be down for a new live-action show or a new cartoon with those characters, because I'm running out of X-Men cartoons to watch on Disney Plus. I've watched them all like 10 plus times already. But yeah, I definitely recommend this to anyone who loves like the more magic side of the Marvel comics, because, or the more like Wanda and Vision stuff, or the more Fantastic Four stuff, because this show was just amazing. The effects, stellar. Jimmy Woo and his magic card trick, best continuity ever. He learned close-up magic. It's, heck yeah, it's great. Everyone's just great. Monica, Darcy, I still want to punch Hayward in his face. But yeah, everything was just amazing, and I definitely recommend it. So go watch it if you haven't. This has been the My Thoughts bonus episodes. Creativa Artley, out.